Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I do have a swatch and review, this time from Aura Bloom and the Shifting 9 to 5 collection, which will be launching on August 15th, 2025. I was gifted this collection in exchange for swatch photos, full disclosure. So, of course, that always introduced some form of bias, but I'm going to try to be as honest as possible with my takes on this particular collection. And I'll kind of just let the footage roll and kind of narrate how I see fit or what I think of in the moment. Just to start off, when Laura, who's the maker, reached out to me about swatching this collection for her, she kind of described it as like neutrals that are like work friendly. And I'm not a neutrals girly. I like my really like fun, bright colors. And no one's ever knocked me for the colors that I wear at work. But anyway, like we know what we're talking about when it comes to neutrals. So I was kind of like preparing to not be excited about this collection. But there's chameleon pigments in every single one of these polishes, and they kind of add that fun twist to these otherwise kind of neutral, like work friendly colors. And so I was very pleasantly surprised by that. And the chameleon like pigments, I believe, are what's kind of adding that like shine element to these polishes that you can kind of see like in this particular like piece of footage. And so that like shine is in all the polishes, and it's just very like visually appealing and visually stunning. So yeah, I again was very pleasantly surprised by this collection. I do have favorites in this collection, and I do have some that like weren't just for me. And I guess like the point, I guess, that aligns with that is that I feel like there's something in this collection for everyone, especially if you're in search of like those work friendly colors that like have a fun like element to them. So like I think that there's colors in here that could like suit someone who's like very very fair to like much deeper skin tones than me, but also like also wear whatever you want. I guess that's like my messaging always, because it's just nail polish. It comes off whenever you want to take it off. So this first one is I don't know, I just work here, and it's a wine colored polish with a purple to red chameleon shift. A really pretty color. I loved how this looked on me in my skin tone. Yeah, beautiful. I love the shine on it. And it says like a purple to red chameleon shift. I feel like I can really see that in the like the footage that is like moving. So yeah, really beautiful. I did some comparisons. Again, I don't think I had any one-to-one dupes of this particular polish, but I just pulled other polishes that may have like a similar combination in terms of bases and shimmer pigments, just for a frame of reference. And I don't know, like sometimes I feel like that could help with like purchasing decisions and things like that. So the first one I compared it to was I'm Ron Burgundy from Broken Pixel, just because that is like a red with like a blue shimmer, and I believe. And then this next one is Cracks California Love, which I believe is being discontinued soon. So if you want it, definitely go get it. But both kind of all these polishes have like that red base with like a blue or like purple kind of shimmer in it. But again, none of these are perfect dupes. Like the base looks very similar when you're looking at it visually, the way you'd be looking at this right now. But when I pick it up and I kind of shift it around, you can kind of see that there's like a different saturation in each of these polishes, and the shimmer also plays like a different. They're like different characters within each of these polishes. And so yeah, no dupes, no perfect dupes in my collection that I could like think of as I was thinking about potential things to compare it to. So this next one is Sorry We're Short Staffed Today. It's a light pink colored polish with a gold chameleon shift. Just again, very like visually stunning. Like again, the shine that comes out of all these polishes I think is just so pretty. And yeah, like again, very visually appealing. I, to be honest, did not really like this color on me, just because like I'm like a medium deep skin tone right now, I would say. And I just don't always like this contrast. I like the way I feel like I can describe it is that there's some people who have deeper skin tones who can like pull off blonde hair I'm not one of those people. Like Beyonce can pull off blonde hair. She looks amazing with blonde hair, but blonde hair on me would not look good. And so I feel like this is like blonde hair on me. That's kind of what I equate it to. And so yeah, it's just not a color that I particularly enjoy on myself, even though the color itself I feel like is very, very beautiful. And again, that like chameleon pigment in it has this like really stunning, like to me it was mesmerizing, stunning like shift to pink that I just like thought was so pretty. And I have to laugh because I always see people on like Instagram, like posting these gorgeous like swatch photos where they're like in nature and holding a plant or something like that. And I was trying to do that, but like the plant that I decided to hold on to was like my spider plant, which with its offshoots, and so it just just kind of felt awkward. But I just figured I don't know. Like, I'm learning, I'm trying to like figure this out. And so it's like it's like a joke to me. It's like an inside joke. This is like my pretend work, and that's my pretend inside joke with my coworker who's just me. But anyway, so yeah, I pulled some shades to compare this to. I do feel like there were some shades that were very close in terms of the base, but again, the pigments are kind of what made them different. And so yeah, I'm just gonna kind of let this footage roll, and I'll talk about it when I pick up the silicone disc to kind of shift it around so you can kind of see. I did also feel like this color was very like close to another color in this collection. I believe I feel which one is it? I'm trying to think. That's above my pay grade, I believe. Yeah. So that was another color that's in this collection. I feel like they were like they're not the same and they're definitely tonally different, but they just kind of felt like they fell into the same group because they're both very light colors. But yeah, in terms of the ones that I'm showing here, I think like the Holo Taco, I believe it's called Blush Ice, was the one where the base felt very, very similar to Sorry We're Short Staffed Today. But the Blushed Ice has like holographic pigments, and the one from Aura Bloom has like those chameleon pigments. And so that's why they're not perfect dupes, but like in terms of a base, they're pretty similar. All right, this next one is called Is It Friday Yet? And it's described as a candy apple red colored polish with an orange red chameleon shift. I enjoyed this one because of how bright it was. Like that color is like a pop. It's like a work friendly pop. But yeah, really beautiful color. I love wearing reds like this. I always kind of feel like a boss when I do that. Am I being punny? I don't know. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, like I'm getting stuff done. Like, I'm the boss here. And like, yeah, so I love wearing reds like this. And I also really love like kind of fiery colors. So yeah, this was definitely like, I'm going to say I had like four favorites in this collection. So this was definitely in the top four. I did have one that stood out as my like absolute favorite, and I'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, really beautiful color, and I feel like this is one that would like probably look good on anyone, like depending from like lighter skin tones to deeper skin tones. And so yeah, here are my comparisons. I wanted to compare it to Fuchsia Fantasy, which is also from Aura Bloom. This is one of my favorite colors in general, but also one of my favorite colors from Aura Bloom. But yeah, that one has like obviously more of a pink base, but I figured I would just like put it like in this comparison just again for like context, I guess. And then I swatched it with a really old Kathleen, or it's like Lights Lacquer Venus polish. Like I got that in a like mystery D stash, and I just kept it because it kind of feels nostalgic. I used to follow Kathleen Lights and watch a lot of her makeup tutorials, and kind of like saw the beginning of her creating her like polish line. So I kind of like keep things for that nostalgic, purpose. But again, I did not have any like I feel like perfect dupes. Like I definitely have bright reds in my collection because I love wearing red. But again, like there might have been a base that was similar or close, but it's always those like pigments, the shimmers that like make them each different. So yeah, like, and I compared it to like just plain creams as well, because I think like, you know, I'm trying to get into the mindset of like having polishes and trying to like recreate things by using like toppers and things like that. Like I want to get into that mindset of doing that so that I can like get a handle on my own consumption, because I love like this hobby. But you know, but yeah, just again for the color comparison, I felt like it was important to include some of these other reds. But again, like I said, the shimmer is really what makes everything kind of like different. And um, I just feel like the one from Aura Bloom is truly a true like cherry red. Like it feels like that hot kind of I wouldn't say hot, but like the candy apple. Like that's what I want to say. The candy apple red, not cherry. Cherry is a little bit darker, but yeah, it has that candy apple like factor to it for sure. So this next one, this is my absolute favorite one. Oh my gosh! So there is no I in team, but there is an ME. I again, I feel like we've all heard that before too. I mentioned like probably in a few like a previous video how I really love like the monochromatic moment that like sometimes wearing like these kind of like brown polishes has, for especially for people with like deeper skin tones like myself or even deeper. And but I haven't always liked it on me, but this is one where I was just like, wow, this looks really pretty. Like I really loved how this polish looked on me and my skin tone. It's described as a medium brown colored polish with a green to red chameleon shift. I've also really been into that like green shimmer. Sorry, that green shimmer in like brown polishes. It's been something that I've been really into like the last couple months for some reason. So yeah, this is no different. I thought this is like my favorite polish out of this entire collection for sure, and I just really loved how it looked on me. I loved wearing it, and I did some comparisons. Again, no perfect dupes to this particular polish in my collection, but like, don't you know that you're toxic, which was I think it was a polish pickup from Polish for Days. Again, is like that brown like taupey base with the green shimmers in it. Really like I've just been obsessed with like that kind of like combination, even though this one's like feels a little bit more like a like caramely brown, or like I don't know, there's like more warmth to it, so it's not so much taupe, it is truly like a brown, and it like I think has more like reddy caramely tones in it, but yeah, still really love the green like shimmer and how that plays with that background. The only close dupe I had was this one from Colores de Carol. I think it's called Ristretto Rush. I'm butchering that, but the base on it was like pretty much the same. I think the pigments again are what make it different. But that was the only like polish that I felt like was like a very close dupe in my personal collection. Again, very close base, but the pigments or like the shimmer particles in it were what differed. And it'll be more obvious when I like pick this up and kind of like shift it around. Yeah, and even on an angle, the one from Aura Bloom, the one in the middle, kind of also feels a little bit more muted than the Colores de Carol one. But yeah, still really stunning. Like hands down my favorite. And like, I don't know, this is one that I wore for a few days when I was first like swatching it. It's stunning. It's such a beautiful polish. This next one is called That's Above My Pay Grade, and it's described as a light peach colored polish with a gold chameleon shift. And then again, like comparing it to the other one, which is Sorry, We're Short Staffed Today. This just again felt like that blonde wig on me. I didn't necessarily like how this color like looked on my skin tone, even though the color itself is very, very pretty. And I do want to revisit this like when my skin tone like lightens up a little bit in the wintertime, just to see how I feel about it. I could also see this being like a really nice like base color for nail art, just because I do like using like shimmery polishes to kind of add that like element of interest in like a background. But yeah, again, this one was just not for me. I just didn't feel like, I don't know, I just didn't like how it looked on me. But again, I think it's a stunning color in itself, and I think that like especially people who are more fair, I think that they would like it would look really stunning on them. And this one, like the one thing I have to say too is like this also has that like pink kind of shift in it that you can kind of see like in the swatch photo and a little bit in like the moving like footage. I think that pink shift is just very stunning. Like that, it was really pretty. I did have one polish that I believe was somewhat similar. It's this one by Orly. Again, I'm trying to like de-stash most of those polishes. I don't like there. A lot of them are in my de-stash pile, but I don't know if I should keep them for reference. I don't know. You should let me know what you think. But I, like again, don't necessarily support that. I should say not even necessarily. I don't support that brand. I don't plan to like use it in nail art and things like that. But I do try to provide like the swatches here because I think like for other people who might be also destashing or trying to find alternatives or dupes, I think for that reason it's helpful to like provide these kind of swatches. And so I felt like that was almost like it's not a one-to-one dupe, but for me it satisfies the role that that particular polish had in my collection. So I could like destash that one and feel comfortable like filling that gap with the Aura Bloom one. I don't know if that makes sense because yeah, like they're very very similar. The shimmer particles again are very different, but the base colors are pretty much identical. So yeah, I don't know. You should let me know what you think. Like, should I keep like my Orleys just for like this kind of purpose for comparisons, or should I just de-stash? What do you think? Right now, like I've been operating with the intent to de-stash all of them or like give them away to like, some like homeless shelters will accept them, or yeah, things like that. Like, so yeah. And yeah, I included the Cirque one just because I felt like the base had that peachy kind of tint to it. But again, the only one that I felt like was very close dupe was the one from Orly. But yeah, you can still kind of see the shimmer particles are a little different. This next one, the name gets me. It's like this meeting could have been an email. This is described as a dark mauve color polish with a copper chameleon shift. So at first, I was only going to have a top three favorite, and so this one was not going to make it into my top three. But this color really just grew on me over time. Like when I was growing up, my mom really only wanted me and my sister to wear these kind of colors, and so like I don't know, it just feels like nostalgic, I think, for that reason. Um, I don't know. I really like grew to like this color like in the 2 3 weeks that I've had this collection. Yeah, I think this is so pretty and like I kind of like the mauve in conjunction with like the copper shift from the chameleon pigments. Like I think there's something really really beautiful about that. And so like if the team one, there's no I in team, but there is an ME. That's my number one. I think this one is my number two. And there's my little spider plant again. Oh, yeah. And the shine again. Like the shine on these is so pretty. Like that's dried down. That's after like having dried down and set. So yeah, just like, I don't know. It's like mesmerizing to me. And then again, I don't think I had any perfect dupes to this one either. Um, I think I was trying to compare it to other polishes that kind of had that like fire copper shit like shimmer in it, but like this one, the Fire Precision from Broken Pixel leans more red, whereas the one from Aura Bloom is still like that mauve base. This was Granny Walk from Cracked, which I think has a similar combination, but the way it translates in the polish is different. They're not the same. The one from Cracked just has like a deeper tone to it. But yeah, really, really beautiful. Like that center one, just it really has my attention. Like that's definitely like in the top two for me. And just to end, these were like the top four for me. Again, the two on the top were my two favorites, and then the two on the bottom were like in the top four. But if you found this video like helpful or entertaining in any way, consider giving it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I do want to say thank you so much for being here. I hope this swatch and review was helpful to you. It may be a little entertaining because I feel like I end up always being a little awkward on these. But yeah, I hope all of you are taking care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!